What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, the Wave Ninja here, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and do not forget to hit up that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any content in the future. Let's get it.
I've been going crazy. Plug in, can't play me. Jesus done saved me. Can't switch, won't sway me.
Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you guys the 5 different types of Durags that are available to us 360 waivers. First Durag type I'll be telling you guys about today is known as the polyester Durag. Now, the polyester fabric is essentially a synthetic fabric that derives from petroleum. And the polyester fabric can also be found in apparel type items like clothing, sheets, pillowcases, etc. Now, to show you guys the actual material, right off the bat, you can see it is a very lightweight material and even transparent and see-through, and it is very firm. It's not stretchy at all, right? But it is very breathable. The second Durag type is what is known as a mesh Durag. Now, I currently at this time do not own a mesh Durag. However, nonetheless, a mesh Durag is lightweight and breathable, just like the polyester Durags are. However, mesh Durags, they will have open holes throughout the Durag itself to allow for moisture, water, or any type of product to go through the Durag and into the scalp a lot easier. So that is for the mesh Durag. The third Durag type is what is known as the silk Durag, or the silky Durag. This is the most common type of Durag that you will hear and see about in the wave game, and you'll see these Durags sold a lot in stores as well, just like the polyester. And a telltale sign on determining if it's a silk Durag is typically by the camouflage patterns. Most Durags with a camouflage pattern are typically going to be silk Durags. Not every time, but most of the time. And the other interesting thing about silk itself is that it derives from silkworm cocoons, and it also has 10 amino acids built into the material, so it is definitely pretty firm. It does not stretch a whole lot, kind of similar to the polyester. And also, unlike the polyester, it is a little bit shinier on the outside as well as the inside. It is light like the polyester, however it is slightly heavier. Now, something to note about silk Durags is that silk Durags can also create a fourth Durag type known as satin Durags. Not Satan, satin Durags. Alright, now satin Durags and silk Durags at the surface level, they pretty much look very, very similar. The only difference is that satin will have a shinier sheen to it than a silk Durag will. Also, unlike silk, which is 100% authentic, satin can be made up of multiple different fabrics, such as silk, such as polyester, cotton, wool, and other fabrics. You may even see some Durags that's titled silk satin, right? Which means that it has silky components into it, but it is pretty much woven into a satin-like fabric. And always keep in mind too that silk cannot be made from satin, but satin can be made from silk. Make sense?
Nope.
And the fifth and final Durag type that I'll be telling you guys about today is known as the velvet Durag. Now, the velvet Durag is the highest quality material in regards to the Durag wave game community. As you can see, just off rip, you can tell just by looking, it is a lot more visually appealing. It has a nice shinier exterior right on the outside, and the inside is not as shiny. But just from the looks of it, you can definitely tell that this Durag stands out from the rest, and it kind of feels a lot heavier and thicker than the other aforementioned Durags. Kind of like a warm blanket, if you will. Now, the thing about velvet is because of how heavy and thick it is, it's not really that good at compressing one's waves down. Now I know what you guys are thinking.
Wait, there's all these different types of Durags, but which Durag is the best?
And the answer to that question, in my opinion, I would have to say the Silky Durag. Alright? And this is also in alignment with most waivers' opinions as well. As I kind of mentioned before, the Silky Durag is the most common Durag that you'll hear about. It is light enough to prevent overheating, but it is also slightly thick enough to where it can help with a nice firm, snug compression. Also, the reason why a Silky Durag is the best is because it is really good in locking in moisture as well as regulating temperature, which is why you may experience, if you ever have worn a Silky Durag, you may have experienced that no matter whether you're in a cold or a hot environment, your waves are pretty much still protected and laid. So definitely Silky Durag is the best Durag to go for and to go with. You guys may also be wondering, well, okay, if the Silky Durag is the best, why in the world would I care about the other Durags? And my answer to that question is because every Durag does have its pros and its cons. As I mentioned before, the polyester, it is a very lightweight product and a very see-through, cheap product. But for a beginner waver who has never waved before or probably has never even worn a Durag before, a polyester Durag is a good starter Durag. And as I mentioned before, they are very cheap and cost efficient. You can get these Durags for 99 cents, $1 at the most from a lot of places. They're very cheap and a perfect starter pack, right? A mesh Durag, as I kind of mentioned before, is good for rinsing out your hair after you're done with a wash and style, right? Because of all the different holes that allow it to get to the scalp easier. A velvet Durag is definitely visually appealing and works great if you are one to take photos with your Durag on to match your outfit, like Instagram or Facebook photos. So a velvet Durag is pretty stylish in that sense. So they all have their pros and cons, and depending on your hair length, the environment that you're in, what your purpose for that moment time is, will determine which Durag will work best for you. Alright, so that does it for this video. If you guys have any questions, be sure to drop them down in the comment section below. And as always, salute to my wave troops. I'm out.